All right, well, be prepared to have your mind blown with this wonderful information coming up from our key services here. Some of you were able to visit these centers and these offices, so now you'll have an opportunity to learn more, and some of them you weren't able to visit, so you'll definitely have an opportunity to hear what they have to offer you. So, the first person I'd like to introduce is a man you all know and love because you've met him already this morning, Dr. Oscar Cobian, our Vice President for Student Development.
What do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy yourselves? Yeah. It's hot out there though, huh? All right, but I think it was some good information, and it had to give you a chance to walk around, check out all the different offices and services, so you were not lost that first week, right? Now, I'm not sure if you've had a chance to look at the handbook yet. It looks wonderful. There's some great resources in here. I like it, it's large print, so you can actually use this calendar here, put all your midterms, finals, assignments in there. Of course, you can also back it up and put it in your phone, Outlook, but I think this is wonderful. Make sure you keep this. As each department is going up, you can look up their sections, but I want to refer you to, let's see, if you can pull out the handbook, a couple things. Who did not get a handbook? Okay, ooh, we have some people without handbooks. So we will make sure that you have handbooks before you leave today, okay? Maybe even before the end of the session we'll have the handbooks here because we have enough for everyone. Okay, so as the Vice President of Student Development, I oversee various departments. I also oversee student discipline to ensure that all our students follow our student code of conduct. Our student code of conduct is on page 51. When you have a chance, you can review those. And also, I'm the Title IX coordinator on campus. Now, what is Title IX? Title IX is a federal legislation that was enacted in the early 1970s. And it requires that institutions of higher education are free from discrimination, harassment, sexual violence. Okay? And these institutions need to make sure that there's resources to help students who may have been involved or are survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking. It's some very interesting data that's been coming out, and there's been more attention to these issues. And this is from the federal government. 1 in 5 college women have been sexually assaulted. 1 in 16 college men have been sexually assaulted. Those are really damaging statistics. And the impact on survivors is physical injuries, pain, poor academic performance, depression, and even suicide. And many times, survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, suffer in silence. They feel that they are not connected to anyone. They're unwilling or don't feel comfortable speaking to someone about their experiences and seeking support. I do want to mention that, and I want to make sure that you all leave here knowing that this college has resources to assist you. I'm the Title IX coordinator, and on that page 52, is my contact information. If you know of anyone who was a survivor of domestic violence, sexual assault, discrimination, I want to meet with those students, and I want to be able to assist those students. And I have wonderful, wonderful resources on campus and people who really care. Our health center, who's going to be here later to present. Our campus police, Caesar, who will be around, and I'm going to introduce him later, who's also very supportive and passionate about working with our students. So I just want to make sure that you all know that there's resources on campus, that you do not have to suffer in silence, that there's someone that is available to assist, and that we're going to take a very proactive stance. Okay? So there's information on your handbook related to Title IX and my role, and also steps to report incidents. Even if it's something that happens on campus, please feel that you have someone that you can talk to on campus. Okay? Thank you so much.
Welcome our Chair of Counseling, Ms. Graciela Casillas-Rodorelli.
Good morning. First of all, I want to welcome you on behalf of the Counseling Department. It's fantastic to see such a great turnout, and I'm looking forward to seeing many of you in our office. So on this slide, I'm not going to go through each one of these because they're going to be making individual presentations, but when you think of counseling, I want you to know that it's more than just general counseling. There's other programs available which you'll be meeting the coordinators from that program, and you may be eligible for some of those programs like EOPS, CARE, CalWorks, EAC is here, and as I said, you'll be meeting people from there. We also have a Veterans Center here, so I know most of you probably are not eligible at this point in time, but it's still good to know what services are available to you. So the first question I want to ask you is, why do you think it's important to know what your major is? That's a question. So you know, first of all, very good, thank you. So that you know what classes to take, and it's really important for several reasons to know what classes you will be taking. Those of you that are applying for financial aid, which is I'm sure the majority of us, will be eligible for financial aid. You no longer have the luxury of just kind of taking a class here, taking a class there. You really need to be more focused, and they're going to expect you to have you're going to hear the term program of study, which is your major. And if you're not sure what your major is, that's where we come in to help you. We're also working on building a career center. So if you want something other than academic counseling, but you're just not sure what you want to do, we'll have services provided to you that will help you explore your options. Okay. You're going to hear the term abbreviated ed plan, which most of you that attended SOAR Week already probably have an abbreviated ed plan. But that means it's basically the semester, what courses you're enrolled in for the fall. Once you get settled in your courses, what I'd like you to do is to make sure you come into our office so that we can help you develop a comprehensive ed plan. A comprehensive ed plan means A to Z. Now, you may change your mind and you may decide that instead of doing one major, you want to explore something else. That's okay. You still want to come in and meet with the counselor so that we develop a comprehensive ed plan for you. All students are required to have one the second semester that they're here. Okay. At Oxnard College, we offer a variety of options. We have associate's degrees on the slide. We have proficiency awards if you want to just specialize and maybe do office technology. You want some skills so that you can start working right away. We have guaranteed transfer ADTs, which are associate degrees for transfer. Very popular because it guarantees you acceptance to a CSU if you complete all the requirements. And it's also great because it guarantees that once you transfer, you can get out in a shorter amount of time than if you go the traditional route. So we have a lot of options, whether you want an associate's degree, whether you want to transfer, whether you want to complete a certificate. We have some really cool programs here, from dental hygiene to fire technology, great culinary arts program, and a lot more. So I just wanted to say hi and to let you know that we're here. We're on the second floor of the Student Services Building, and we're here to serve you. Have a great day.
Talk about EOPS and CARE, Mr. Cesar Flores.
Okay, so welcome. Bienvenidos once again. My name is Cesar Flores. I'm the EOPS CARE coordinator here at Oxnard College. And it's a really great privilege and honor to be able to connect with you all and to talk a little bit about our services. I've had the privilege already to meet a couple of you. How many here are already enrolled in the EOPS program? Good, okay, great. Then so far that's our goal. We want to make sure we can enroll as many eligible EOPS students as we can today before you leave, at least to get you to submit an application. Okay, so before we move forward to talk a little bit more about the types of services that you'll be eligible for, I want to make sure that I talk a little bit about the requirements. How many here are first in their family, first to go to college? The majority, typically yes. And in our campus, that's the case. Everybody here should have applied for FAFSA, the financial aid, which will determine whether or not you're BOG eligible. We're going to have a table out there that's going to clarify whether or not you're eligible for our program, and that's based on the income eligibility criteria. Okay, so something that I want to talk about is, okay, BOG, California resident, okay. So what I want to talk about before we move forward in our services is share a little bit about who our students are. Our students are those students that tend to come in, first generation as I mentioned, come in at limited resources. EOPS is a state-funded program that was equipped, or it was created to try to create an equal playing field for this population coming in. The reality is that when you're coming in under those circumstances, or you're assessing at basic skills levels, you're going to come in and need more direction. So our program, EOPS, is created with robust services that are intended to help you every step of the way. There's a student currently in our program that we did a little video about, and I want to move forward and just share that with you as before I go on to those services. So we can click on. This should be on the first page, not EOPS. You should click on the EOPS. Go into the EOPS area. It's frozen. Okay, go up where it says EOPS eligibility. Or the picture. Yeah, that's fine too.
Registered at Oxnard and it's transformed enrolled in the EOPS program, and it's transformed his life.
I was at a location and realized I had no direct hands-on motivation. I didn't have a job or career hands-on. I decided I didn't have a good job or career opportunities. I decided.
Wondering if college is for you? What's holding you back? Meet Oscar. He registered at Oxnard College and enrolled in the EOPS program, and it's transformed his life.
I was at a low point in my life. I had no direction or motivation until I realized my daughter depends on me. I didn't have a good job or career opportunities. I decided to go to college to see if I could get back on track. The EOPS program at Oxnard College helped me get started. At Oxnard College, I've completed my certificate in film and will be applying to UCLA for my bachelor's degree.
Take the next step and transform your life. The EOPS program at Oxnard College can help you with priority registration, academic counseling, financial aid, tutoring, and much more. Call 805-678-5827 or visit oxnardcollege.edu/apply. Class enrollment is open. Join Oscar and make it happen.
Okay, this is one of our current students. Okay. Sure, why not? Okay, he's one of our current students, and like his story, his educational journey, many of you have similar, coming in with similar experiences, doubts, concerns, and will need similar direction. Now, Oscar, he's a prime example of how coming in, came in with that limited direction, hadn't learned that college culture, because that's what you're going to be doing. You're coming in and you're going to learn about the college culture. In that, you're going to have to learn about all the resources and support services that are available, not just through our program, but on campus. We like to consider ourselves in the EOPS program more like a one-stop shop to try to connect you to all the resources that are being offered. So with that, more specifically in EOPS, These are some of the services that we do provide for you. We do provide supplies. Early registration is one of the golden services that we provide. You have an opportunity to register at least 1 week prior to any other students in the general population. So think about the flexibility that provides all of you. So you can work around your schedules, whether it be work schedules, family schedules, life responsibilities. Our counseling. We take more of a holistic approach. We call it this is one of our strengths of our program actually, where we expect to see you a minimum of 3 times a semester. We have students that are there, we see them much more, but at the very least, the expectation is to come in, get to know you, and taking a holistic approach in figuring out what your strengths, interests, passions are, and trying to align those with your career paths. Ultimately, the goal is that by the first semester, you leave with an educational roadmap from beginning to end that also keeps your interests and passions in mind. We like to celebrate our students' accomplishments. So anyone that is above a 3.0 GPA this semester will be invited in the spring to celebrate what we call our honors recognition event. We like to brag about our students. So we like to bring you in, we have a ceremony, then we like to go have dinner afterwards. It's a wonderful experience. You get to bring your family, and actually our parents and families are the ones that really enjoy it, sometimes more than our students. Personal growth classes. How many are already enrolled in personal growth classes? I strongly encourage you all to be enrolled in the personal growth classes, not just for EOPS, but even those that are offered through the general counseling. Now, here's a little carrot for you all. Personal growth. If you're enrolled in EOPS and you're taking our personal growth 100A, in the completion of that course, we're going to give you a $100 grant fund for that. So keep that in mind. If you're not enrolled and there's still space available and you're eligible, enroll. So you get a grant. In addition to that, there are other incentives like workshops that are being created through the Learning Resource Center, where we work collaboratively with. They're creating workshops, a series of workshops. Who's enrolled in Math 14 and Math 32? Okay, so for those students, if you're an EOPS student and you attend a series of those workshops, you get additional grant funding for that. It's another $100. So there's opportunities to generate more financial assistance. Aside from that, EOPS gives additional grant funding just for being an EOPS student. Now this will start for you the next term, but you'll hear more about that in your orientations. Access to computers are also available for all of our students. So this is just an example of what we offer through EOPS as an EOPS student. We also have a program, an umbrella program for our single parents, heads of household. Well, they get supplemental support resources on campus. And these are some of the services. They get meal cards, parking permits, survival kits, and we have workshops or retreats that are created for this population. So as you can see, our program has robust services that are going to assist you to achieve whatever academic, personal, or career goals. Those that are interested in transferring, we also work closely in making sure that you're following a transfer checklist, because it does get a little complex. There's filing periods that you have to keep in mind. There's waivers that you qualify for as an EOPS student. All right, so please keep that in mind. So this is just a snapshot of what we do. I'm trying to encourage you to go in. If you're eligible, go to EOPS and apply. All right, thank you all once again, and welcome to our campus.
Thank you. And now to talk to you about financial aid, Ms. Linda Fasua. Good morning, Condors. My name is Linda Fasua Robinson. I'm the financial aid officer here at Oxnard College. And I'd like to know by show of hands, if you don't want to raise your hand, that's fine, but how many of you have applied for financial aid? Yay! So you're gonna get $100 here today. You can get $100 from EOPS, but guess what you can get from financial aid? Thousands. Free money, okay? That you don't have to pay back unless you drop all your classes. So don't drop your classes. Okay, how many of you have the BOG fee waiver? Wow. How many of you don't know what the BOG fee waiver is?
Okay. The BOG fee waiver pays for your enrollment fees, which is $46 per unit. So if you enroll full-time, you would have to pay $552, plus your health fee, your student center fee, your student rep fee, all those little fees. The BOG fee waiver pays the $46 for you, okay? I don't have a whole lot of time to go over all of this, but I do have a presentation, and I'm gonna go over all financial aid, all your questions, everything. It's after this, so that's a plug for my workshop. But the most important thing that I want you students to know, because you are first-time students, you don't know the past history of the BOG fee waiver. The BOG fee waiver is tied to academic success now. In the past, it was not. Okay, so students can get the BOG fee waiver, drop their classes, get it again. Well, you guys are the first ones that are gonna be held. Well, no, our continuing students are held to it, but you don't know any different. Okay, so in order to keep that BOG fee waiver and to continue having it pay for your enrollment fees, you have to be completing at least 50% of the courses you attempt with a 2.0 GPA. Okay? Does anybody know, like a 2.0, what that average is, what type of grades those are? Correct, okay? So we're not even asking you to be a straight A student, however, that would be wonderful. And to complete 50%. Okay, so if you fall below one of those two standards in 2 consecutive terms, so let's say this fall, you got your fee waiver and you didn't do well, you got a 1.9. Yeah. Well, spring, you're still gonna get it. We're gonna give you a little chance to bring it up, but if, let's say now in spring something happened and it's 1.5. Well, when you come back in the fall of next year, you're not going to have a fee waiver. So are you going to be able to go to school without a fee waiver? No. Just so you know, like 80% of our students here at Oxnard College qualify for the fee waiver. Okay? So don't get yourself into trouble. Even with financial aid, you have to complete 70%. Okay? And that's for your Pell Grant, and if you want more information on that, I'm going to discuss it in detail in my presentation this afternoon. So, welcome. Oh, no, one more thing. Does anybody know when they have to fill out their FAFSA or their DREAM Act application next? Okay, so I heard 3 things. I said, as soon as possible, yes, if you have not filled one out. March 2nd and October 1st. Okay, so when you were in high school in January, February, to March 2nd, you completed your FAFSA or your DREAM Act application, correct? Well, now it's coming out in October. In 2 months, less than 2 months. Okay, so October 1st, your FAFSA is going to be available for you to fill out for the 17-18 academic year, okay? And you're thinking, oh my God, my parents haven't even filed their taxes, because when you filled out this year's, you're like, oh my God, my parents haven't filed their taxes. Well, you're also going to go 2 years back from now on, okay? So you're going to use the same income that you used for this year on next year's application in October 1st. We have workshops every single Wednesday, except when we're closed, we will be in Student Services Building, where we help students fill out their FAFSAs or their DREAM Act application. The DREAM Act application will also be out October 1st, okay? So very important, you need to know that October 1st, you need to complete your FAFSA for the following year, or your DREAM Act. Well, it actually closes on June 30th of that academic year, which is almost 2 years. It's complicated. Just remember when you have to apply. October 1st. But this gentleman mentioned the March 2nd deadline. All students, especially high school students, think that, oh, I missed the March 2nd deadline, so I can't do my FAFSA. That is not true. The FAFSA is still open till June 30th of the following year. You can still do your FAFSA. The March 2nd is just for the Cal Grant, which is a state grant. And you can still, there's also a September 2nd, so there's 2 Cal Grant deadlines. Okay. Please come to my workshop. Then we'll talk about disbursements and everything, okay? Well, thank you and welcome to Oxnard College.
Thank you, Linda. And now to talk about our Educational Access Center is Christina Embry.
Hello everybody, welcome to CondorFest. I'm Christina Embry and I'm a counselor at the Educational Assistance Center, otherwise known as the EAC. You can go ahead and start the video. So this is just going to run kind of behind me as I speak to you. I think you guys might enjoy the video. So, I'll wait till it starts. Yeah. Okay. Basically, what is the EAC, the Educational Assistance Center? What do? We are also a one-stop shop for students with disabilities, and we provide services to students. Some of them overlap with EOPS, but a lot of them some of the services we offer are also very unique. So some of the services that we offer are also academic counseling, career counseling, referrals to other agencies, other offices on campus that we think you might benefit from, outside agencies and within the community that we work very closely with, and also we offer accommodations and services to students with disabilities. So what are accommodations and what types do we provide? We provide priority registration, extended testing time, testing in a quiet environment, note-taking services, interpreter services for deaf and hard of hearing, tutoring services, alternative media like audiobooks. We provide learning disability assessments and testing. So what does that mean, learning disabilities? Assessment and testing. If you suspect you might have a learning disability, or when you were in high school or elementary school you had an IEP or 504 plan, and or you might not have, but you might be struggling in certain areas academically, and you're always wondering, why am I struggling in these areas, and you want to find some answers to help you do well in college. We provide those types of assessments. So that's one of the services that we provide. I'm sad this isn't working. It's such a great video. So how do all of those accommodations help you guys be successful in college? One of the things that we do as part of the one-stop shop is when we meet with you individually, we really get to know our students on a one-on-one basis. We not only look at your history, we look at the present and how you're doing and what your goals are. We look at what type of learning styles you have, and we help match you to compatible classes and teachers. So for example, if you feel like I really do well by seeing something presented, okay, great, thank you. If I see something by, I learn by watching someone and then I do it, then that's the kind of class we could try to match you with, not with a teacher who just strictly goes by lecture. So we really try to match your learning style. And also we take all of those accommodations and we match those to you by the classes that you're taking, and we really make those accommodations individualized for you each semester according to each class. And so how is the EAC different from other services on campus? Like I said, we really take our time to get to know you guys on an individual basis. We focus on your academic strengths and your And also we assess any weaknesses, weak areas that you might have, and we help you accommodate for those by giving you those accommodations I mentioned earlier. So our program is not, our program is voluntary, so it's not something you're required to sign up for, but if you are interested in learning more about our services, in your handouts you were given this yellow sheet. It says, I know I'm smart, but I keep blowing it. So what I really like you to do is take time to read over this and ask yourself some of these questions. If you answer yes to any of these, we really recommend you come and talk to us. We're in the bottom floor of the Student Services building. And if you have any questions about, well, maybe I'm just not sure, we're very friendly and nice there, so you can just come and ask us some questions. And if you are interested in some assessments to see, well, you know, maybe I didn't have a 504 IEP, like I said in the beginning, you're not sure why you may have struggled in math or English in high school or elementary school, we do have an LD specialist that's going to be doing testing, so we can assess you. Our goal is to help you guys be really successful here at Oxnard College. So thank you very much.
And now to talk with you about our Library Learning Resource Center, Dr. Luis Gonzalez.
Good morning, everyone. My presentation requires that you all stand up. No, I'm just kidding. Just want to make sure you're paying attention. So most of you have already received this information during your scavenger hunt, so I don't want to repeat most of it. We have this handout available at our library, so if you stop by the library, I highly encourage you to pick it up. It has a map on the opposite side. But our main services that we offer are books. The library, we have books. However, as it says at the top, Oxnard College LLRC, not just for books, because we also want to encourage students to know that we have a lot of other services available to you in the LLRC. So we have general tutoring, which is by far our most popular service. We have tutoring in almost every subject available to students, whether it's math, which is the most popularly used service, science. We have a writing and reading center for any writing assignment that you have on campus, regardless of subject, so if it's sociology, history, psychology, etc. We have faculty and student tutors that can help you with that writing assignment. We also have laptops in case you want to check out a laptop to use in the library. Headphones, calculators. If you have a math class that requires a graphing calculator, you don't want to spend $100 on a calculator, you can borrow one for the entire semester. Some are free, some cost $10. We also have textbooks that some faculty put on reserve. So I highly encourage you to ask your faculty or your instructors that if a book costs over $200 or $300 and you don't want to purchase it, ask if they have it on reserve so you can borrow it for 2 hours or 24 hours at a time. We have study rooms. If you have a study group you want to work with, you can check that out for 2-hour sections. We have a pool on the 3rd floor. We have other Scantrons for free. You don't have a pool, I just want to make sure. Again, I just want to make sure you're paying attention. There is no pool. We have free Scantrons available throughout the year, so don't worry if you have a test coming up and you don't want to purchase the Scantron or you forget to get the Scantron, stop by the library first thing in the morning, pick one up. We have all the different sizes of Scantrons. We have blue books. We're going to keep having that, so don't go get 10 or 20 Scantrons because you're not sure when or if you're going to need a Scantron. We're always going to have those available to you. And then, I think I got most of it. Oh, the most recent thing that we purchased was charging cables for your phones. So we purchased charging cables for your cell phones because I know that you can't live without your cell phones and we want you to come to the library. So if your phone is dying and you want to send that one last text before it dies, stop by the library, get it charged, and while it's charging, get some tutoring. So stop by, get your phone charged, and get some tutoring. All right? All right, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. And now here to talk about our Omega program, Mr. Julius Muñoz-Hawley.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Julius. I see a few familiar faces. You're probably seeing me at application workshops, SOAR Week, so it's great to see you here. I'm here to specifically talk about the Omega program, the equity counselor here at Oxnard College. Omega stands for Oxnard Male Educational Goal Achievement. Now, this was a program that was started specifically to help our male students. Female students may be like, why isn't there one for females? Well, the reason is, majority of male students will typically drop out of college. Now, this is not just an Oxnard College thing, it's a nationwide thing. So an initiative was started to help our male students succeed and achieve their educational goals. So with Omega, there are different incentives to get the students into the program. For example, we give our male students, if you're an Omega student, $125 book voucher each semester. You get 4 meal vouchers each week. You also get free parking. You get free bus passes. You have your own Omega counselor, myself, and you don't need to wait in line for 2 hours, 3 hours with the rest of the students. So it's a great incentive to be in the program. Now, part of being a program, to just join, you just need to be a male student. That's it. No other requirement. Okay? However, when you join the program, you're held to certain requirements. For example, we typically want our students to be enrolled in at least 12 units, attend 1 workshop each month, and you need to meet with me at least twice a semester. If you're an EOPS student, you just need to meet with me once. So that's just an overview. If you're interested, I know there are already some students here who are applied to Omega. Can I see how many students have attended an orientation? All right. I don't see any female students. That's good. All right. So there's a short video that our film students here at Oxnard College created. I just want you to get a feel of what our Omega program is from students. But I'll be at the resource table at lunchtime, so stop by, ask any questions. And if you're a female student, please encourage those male students to stay in school, join Omega, make sure you take them to class with you, because we want our male students to succeed. Thank you very much. My name is Julian Wally, the Equity Counselor here at Oxnard College, and I'm also the coordinator for the Omega Initiative. I'm responsible for coordinating different activities for our Omega students and making sure that they meet the requirements in order to get the different incentives that the program provides. As an Omega student, you would receive free bus pass given to the student, 4 meal vouchers, the $125 book voucher per semester, and we also give them school supplies, and they also have the ability to meet with me, the equity counselor, on a drop-in basis. We are providing the opportunity for them not to wait for long hours. We want a counselor to be accessible to them, hopefully when they are available, just to make sure that they can achieve their educational goal.
Omega is out here to help you reach your goals. If you don't have a proper direction, then I think Omega would be that program to help you out and direct you to that direction that you want, or even help you be guided that way. I've seen some immense people out there that don't have a specific major or specific career they want in life, but this Omega allowed the students in there to see other people that's also pursuing the goals they want, and it kind of gives them the motivation. I really believe in like being associated with people who are just as motivated as you. So if you're not as motivated and you get into a program like this, then you will meet people who are as motivated. You'll actually be able to connect with them and kind of form a brotherhood amongst them. You can see for yourself how you can be motivated. You know, it kind of influences you to do better, especially with the tasks that they have, such as making sure that you have your hours in, good grades, because I mean, you know, if you're not an avid student, this thing pushes you. If you want to be pushed and helped at the same time, then I think this program would definitely benefit you.
There's probably days that I wouldn't have ate without Omega. I got closer with the faculty, which is really cool, like Dr. Gonzalez, Julius. I mean, I met new people that I probably wouldn't have met before, and the book vouchers and the meal vouchers, like a huge incentive for joining Omega. It really helps out with your school. I probably wouldn't be able to pay for some of my books that I paid for without Omega, without the book vouchers that they gave me. That helped me do well in my classes, so I was able to transfer. So it definitely helped me get there.
It's a really simple process, just apply. You can either apply online, or if you stop by the Student Services building, there's hard copy applications. The easiest way is to apply online. If you go to oxnardcollege.edu/omega, Oxnard College has to be their primary college. A couple of requirements are, right now, they have to be enrolled in a minimum of 12 units. You have to be a male student, and you have to participate. So you have to meet the participation requirements, otherwise you can no longer receive the incentives that are offered through the program. Somebody who's considering the program, might strongly urge them to participate, because there's far more incentives to participate in the program than there is not to. One of the things I used to tell most of the Omegas when I was doing the orientations, is that joining the program helps students overcome obstacles, because it's not a matter of if something comes in your way, it's a matter of when. Life happens, and so there's going to be many obstacles that come your way when you're achieving your academic goals. This is one of the services that can help you overcome those obstacles and help you continue on your path to achieving your academic achievement.
Thank you. That was a great video. And now to talk about our bookstore, Mr. Chris Renbarger. Is that correct? Thank you.
Good morning. So you're getting vouchers when you finish today. There are lots of other voucher opportunities for textbooks. Textbooks are expensive, so we want to encourage you to rent your books and find every opportunity to save money on your books. This is a short video that explains how to figure out what books are required for your class.
So let me help you get it. School is coming up fast, and you'll need textbooks before you know it. So let me help you get prepped. First things first, do you want to buy or rent your books? That's right, you can buy or rent your new, used, and digital books. But which option is right for you? Well, renting will save you the most upfront. You can save up to 80%. You keep the books all term, highlight and take notes of them, ace your exam, and then return the books to the store during finals week. And don't worry, if you decide you want to keep your rental, you can buy it at the end of term. Now, since rental books save you a ton of money, they're super popular. So make sure you shop early. This will guarantee you score a rental book. Buying your textbooks, new or used, is a great option too. It's a great way to add to your personal library, or to get quick cash at the end of term by selling them back to us. For those of you who want to lighten your load, go digital. Many textbooks are available digitally, and you can download them right to your PC, Mac, or iPad with User by Barnes & Noble, our free digital reading app. Now that you know your options, let's talk about exactly how to find the books you'll need for class. The first thing you need is, where is it? Boom! Your class schedule. It's the key to making your book list. Whether you want to shop in the store or online. Shopping online? Excellent. Just visit your bookstore's website and click on Textbooks. Add all of your courses by term, department, course, and section. And like magic, your book list appears. Here's where you can choose your format. Once you decide, just check out. You can pick up your books in the store when you get to campus. Free, of course. Or have them shipped right to your door. Want to shop in store? No problem. Just come on in with your class schedule. The aisles are in alphabetical order by subject. Look for those little signs under each stack of books. Here's how they work. On top, you'll find the department and course number. Match up your schedule to the shelf tag, and voila, there's your book. The tag also shows the available formats and prices. Choose your favorite option, and you're done. Are you ready to conquer this term? It's gonna be great, trust me, and we'll be here to support you every step of the way.
Thank you very much to all of our presenters. Thank you for taking time to work on a video or PowerPoint to show our students. So now we are going to break to go to one of our breakout sessions. So as Katie mentioned, hopefully you had an opportunity to think about which one is most applicable to you. Don't worry if you go to one and you really wanted to go to another one. You now know where all of those offices are. So if you really wanted to go to a workshop, let's say financial aid, and you decided you want to go to career, that's okay. You can still go to financial aid at another time to get their information and ask specific questions. So before we have you move, I just wanted to let you know, for those of you that did not get a handbook in your backpack, at either end of the either exit, Luke is over here on your right, Anna's over here on your left. As you're walking out, just grab a handbook. So, for those of you, if I can just get your attention just for 30 more seconds. So what's going to happen is you're going to choose your session. As soon as your session is over, please go back out to the area where you checked in and we'll have lunch in our resource fair. So after your sessions, don't come back here, go straight out to lunch. So for those of you that want to attend the financial aid session, you will stay in this room. For those of you that want to go to our career and major exploration workshop, you will follow Lori over here in the green shirt, and she will take you to the Black Box Theater, which is right next door. So, and for those of you that want to go to our Transfer Fundamentals workshop, which is over here in our AA building, AA 101, Katie, waving her hand, will take you. So let's go ahead and do that. If you need to stop and use the restroom, please feel free to do that on your way. Have a great time.